In 2013, there was a young boy outside Lady Freer with his hand in the air, shouting, "Unogwaja, Unogwaja." I don't know that boy's name, but I hope I can find him. The Unogwaja is not about a cycle ride or a run, or something to practice physical endurance for the elite few. It's a journey of hope for everyone, and we want you to be part of it.
John, you made a big announcement today, but first of all, can you just give us a background about Unogwaja and the sort of whole legacy behind it and the Red Sox run? What does it all sort of symbolize?
Sure. Well, Unogwaja started in 2011. About 5 months before the Comrades 2011, a friend of mine, who actually a guy I didn't know at the time, shared with me a story about Phil Masterton Smith. His nickname was Unogwaja, which is a Zulu word for a hare, a rabbit. And basically, in 1931, he became the youngest ever Comrades winner, age 19, which is a record that will stand to this day. I was like, that's quite interesting, you know. But I'd never had any affiliation with the Comrades or wanting to run it. But in 1933, he was living in Cape Town and he couldn't afford the train fare from Cape Town to be to Maritzburg. And instead of just giving up and not taking part, he got on his bicycle and he covered the distance from Cape Town to be to Maritzburg to take part in the Comrades. And I was like, wow, I mean, what an incredible story of heart, of determination, of what it means to be South African. And he actually, on the 5th of June 1942, he died in the Second World War in the Battle of Tobruk. And this whole Red Sox story, Red Sox Friday Shups, is a story that started with a war veteran who was captured in the Battle of Tobruk in 1942. And that story had already been unveiling. And when we heard about Phil Masterton Smith and then the fact that he had lost his life in the Battle of Tobruk, it was just like, it's written. We need to take part. We need to follow this journey. And that was in 2011. We ended up making it happen, and we cycled from Cape Town to Maritzburg in 10 days and then ran the Comrades. But it's the magic that happened around it, the support, the momentum, the community involvement. It's just been an incredible story, and to think that was 5 years ago is just remarkable. I mean, in our first year we raised 50,000 Rand for the official Comrades charities, and last year we raised 1.2 million Rand, which, yeah, it's just been a remarkable journey, and today is a really special day because it really represents all that Unogwaja is about, you know, to be able to allow it to involve South Africans, more people, anybody along the way is really special. And I think it's just to think of a journey on foot between Cape Town and Maritzburg is it's a special day for us.
Yeah, so just to explain the sort of strategy, logistics behind this year's challenge, walking to Maritzburg. I mean, it sounds insane. I mean, how do you sort of include the community along the way?
Well, the thing that happened, it's happened really naturally. I mean, in 2013, there was a young boy who ran to the side of the road while I was on my bike, and he's shouting, "Unogwaja, Unogwaja." And that moment has been really special to think of how the story has found that guy. And yet, it also captured one of our big challenges was, how do we allow that boy and anyone else along the way to really take part in it, to really make the journey their own? And that was when this dream of walking to Maritzburg started, and we want to make it a foot journey for South Africa, and hopefully it'll evolve into something that everyone can take part in. But in terms of this year, we're going to start on the 1st of May, and we're going to give ourselves 30 days to get to Maritzburg, which is 30th of May is the day before the Comrades, which is the day that the cycle team will arrive in Maritzburg, and we hope to arrive together with the cyclists, with the walkers, the runners, and with the people of South Africa and of Maritzburg. So from a logistics point of view, it's about taking that first step and letting people know. I mean, this Unogwaja journey has been a 5-year journey. People are very aware of it, and we want people to speak about it, to share about it, and to take part in it. So I believe people will walk for 50 meters, 100 meters, a kilometer. People will just keep going. I don't really know, but I know that it's important for us to stand up and walk together, and as a nation, it's no more important time to do that.
When you talk about community, bringing people together, but the Unogwaja team itself does seem quite sort of elitist by invite only.
So the Unogwaja cycle is a 12-person cycle team and when I say cycle team, they're cycling to Maritzburg. But yes, it's people drawn from all around the country and all around the world, and obviously to have a bike and to be chosen as in that 12-person team is quite exclusive, and that's why this walk is such an important part of what we want to do, to truly allow people to take part, and also know that we can't can't just have 20, 30, 40 cyclists on the road, because from a safety perspective, from a resources perspective, and then it becomes like a cycle race. And this is not a cycle race. This is about this journey, and the impact is growing. And it doesn't mean necessarily that the cyclists will grow in numbers. And so this feels like it's right for us. It's right for us to project what Unogwaja really represents.
Just finally, the Red Sock Run, that's grown hugely in popularity in Cape Town at least. Just tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so basically in 2007 I was living in Dublin, and a good friend of mine and he ended up falling in love with a girl, and he moved back to South Africa, and our paths were going separate ways. And we wanted to have something we could remember each other by. And he then shared a story of a war veteran. His name is Sidney Feinson, who actually made a pact. He was captured in the Second World War in the Battle of Tobruk, and he made a pact with two other friends in the Italian prison of war camp that if any of them made it back alive, that they'd wear red socks to always be together and always remember each other. And from the moment he shared that story with me, we gave each other red socks and we started wearing them on a Friday. And it's just grown from there. But what it represents is so much hope. It represents so much passion. It represents a group of people from all around the world that are brought together despite differences, despite all sorts of things that make us apart, but they link us. And the Red Sock running setup is just, I guess, through Unogwaja, through the story, has just spiraled. People meet at random places, generally coffee shops around South Africa, a lot of them in Cape Town, to run together, to walk together, to celebrate together, just to be together. And it's been amazing to witness, and I hope that it will carry on. And it's kind of out of my hands now.